The Talkin Wrasslin podcast, where potting is real.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Talkin Wrasslin. I'm your host for the week, Lissy, and I'm here with Dylan.
Hello.
You know what I can go for right now, Dylan?
What?
Some fucking cucumber water.
Yeah?
Some cucumber lime smart water. You know what I haven't been able to find?
What?
Cucumber lime smart water. I don't know if it's been discontinued. I have not seen it. I have not found it. If you find cucumber lime smart water, please send it to me.
I don't even know where you would go and look.
Well, they had it at Sheetz, right? So, but our Sheetz that's closer to us now doesn't have it. So I don't know if other Sheetz still have it. We haven't necessarily...
People that don't know what a Sheetz is, like,
aren't
around here are really confused right
yeah,
now.
it's like a gas station with like made to order food and stuff. It's like the it's like if you're from like closer to like the Philly area, it's like our Wawa. Like we have so many fucking Sheetz, but the one that's like closest to us doesn't have this
Wawa's
specific...
taking over though.
Wawa's starting to take over. There's gonna be a Wawa built like literally across the street from where we live.
Wawa's better than Sheetz.
Yeah, but maybe they'll have cucumber lime smart water. Because, like, you hit your vape.
Well, yeah, Wawa will because they have cucumbers on their fucking menu.
Yeah, but smart water is a different brand. It's
I
not
know,
tied to...
I'm just saying.
But, you hit your vape, and I don't know why, but it just reminded me of the cucumber lime.
There's no cucumbers in my vape.
There's melon in your vape.
It's fucking mango.
It's cantaloupe, which is
cantaloupe.
a fucking melon.
It is cantaloupe. I forgot what fucking flavor it was.
You don't even like mangoes. Why would you buy one that's a mango?
If it involves weed, I will.
Anyway, I really want cucumber lime smart water. This has nothing to do with wrestling, but we really don't have a whole heck of a lot to talk about this week, which is why I'm trying to kill time talking about fucking cucumber lime water.
Try to push an hour at least.
We have... It sounds like a lot, but it's really not.
We did something on the fly for this episode because I realized that there wasn't much to talk about.
And Dylan has given me a headache so far today because of this. So basically, we have a little bit of... I guess kind of...
There's like no new news.
Yeah, there's not really news, but you can kind of toss it in there, just wrestling discussions. If you just heard a bang, that was my 20-pound cat hitting the table. He just jumped up here onto Dylan's lap. Hi, Ghost.
Hi, Ghost.
Hey, buddy. Ghost is making an appearance. Be happy you can't see him because his asshole is pointing towards the camera right now, if there was one. So there's a little bit of wrestling conversation for the week. Dude, your tail's gonna fucking stop the recording. You need it. Can you turn around? Can you like at least turn to your side? Thank you. We're gonna talk about, which is the title of this video. If we were able to induct 5 people into the Hall of Fame, who would it be? And Dylan made this difficult because we're doing people who are. Well, I guess we'll get more into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
So stick around for that. We're talking a little bit about Raw. A little bit about Dynamite. I think we're actually talking more about Dynamite than we are Raw. Small bit from SmackDown, and then the Wrestler of the Week, who I don't have. But I'll figure it out. Anyway, to start things off, Dylan, how was your week?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes into the first thing of what we have on the list of thoughts on 2K25 because I got 2K25, WWE 2K25. I guess I got like mixed reactions with it. Luckily I'm really high, so I'm not gonna fucking go off probably. But yeah, so my week was boring up until Friday when I got 2K25. I wasn't like the fancy people and pre-ordered it. I waited until the day of and got the regular edition.
Well, no, you pre-ordered it, but you pre-ordered the
Just the regular. I didn't want anything fucking special. Like
I didn't. You also pre-ordered the hard copy.
I got the hard copy. Say physical media. Yeah. I like the hard copy.
Holy crap! It is gloomy outside.
Yeah, it's weird out.
I don't know if we ever mentioned this, but we now record in our living room because we have a couch. We might have mentioned it before. And I'm just looking out our like patio window, and like Jesus fucking Christ, it's so gloomy out.
Anyway.
It's really nice. I wish it was raining today.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I got 2K25 and I just been playing it nonstop, not going to bed till about 6 in the morning at times. My life is completely ruined by it. It is fun, like the gameplay.
We'll talk about that a little bit more.
Well, I'm talking about it now.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about it now. I literally just said it's part of my week.
That's true, yeah.
Like, but the gameplay is pretty fun. They have like they brought back like chain wrestling, so that's cool. The Myrai storyline is fun. I'm not gonna spoil anything for anyone that hasn't played it yet, but Myrai is like the best thing about this game. The showcase absolutely fucking sucks. I hate it. It's just like last year where the controls are complicated. Whoever made these controls at 2K, honestly, I hope you're having a horrible day. Because you fucking suck at making video games. And now there's timed missions now where you gotta like do something in 30 seconds. So that's dumb.
I hate a timed mission.
Yeah, that's probably the dumbest shit 2K could have done. And it's also just the bloodline. But like the thing is, you want certain things unlocked, so you have to play the showcase. But then there's cool matches like in the showcase, like the Head Shrinkers versus the Steiners from WrestleMania 9. You get both of those teams and the WrestleMania 9 arena like after you do that, so that's cool. But then you have to do Nia Jax versus the Bird Lady.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, the fucking Bird Lady. And like, why do I have to play that in the showcase? Like, it's just dumb. I've downloaded a few COS already, which like there's only like a few floating around to begin with because like the game just came out and everything. So I got like a few. Like I got a pretty good Kenny Omega. I actually just got a really good looking like timeless Tony Storm too.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I got a few others.
Sorry if you just heard, I don't know, it was kind of faint, but like, sorry if you just heard some like weird beeping or whatever. I don't know if there's something going on outside, but it sounded like
no one cares about the beeping. They care about 2K25.
Well, I don't want people to think something's going on in their household if they heard it.
Which is available everywhere now. But and me and Lissy were playing my GM last night too.
Yeah, my GM is fun, except for the fact that I don't understand how literally like 95% of my roster got injured.
Yeah, your roster did get injured.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Because stamina, bro.
I get it. But like...
Lissy's just fucking running a sloppy shop.
No, I feel like I was booking the same way that I was booking in 2K24. And I did not have the same fucking issue.
It's different, man.
So yeah, I guess they changed like a lot in that, but like... Whatever. I mean, is what it is, I guess.
But how was your week?
I don't even know what the fuck happened this week. I worked a lot. I worked a lot. And then I worked a lot more. I don't think anything like overly enthusiastic has happened this week. Like, I'm trying to think. Did I build that Lego? I think I built that Lego set this week. Or was that last week? I built the bamboo Lego set. I don't remember when I did that though. I think that was this past week. So that was cool. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything super crazy. I stayed up with Dylan last night till like 5 a.m. I was working on a drawing. I made a drawing last night. So that's pretty fun. It's getting 0 reception on the internet because it has nothing to do with wrestling, and not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but like people who have followed me for my artwork followed me for wrestling artwork, so it seems like when I post stuff that doesn't have anything to do with wrestling artwork, it never really does that well, aside from the Chapel Run one, but that's like kind of, you know, in the same vein. But I mean, that is what it is. I'm not necessarily surprised, but I was really happy with it. So I don't know. I was just hoping.
Look at this cat.
Yeah, I know he's cute. I was just hoping more people would enjoy it, but they didn't, so it's fine. A lot of stuff going on at work. I can't exactly talk about it. But you know, that's been fun, and getting everything sorted out on that. And then I also went out with 2 of my coworkers to, where did we go? We went to Wegmans, and then we went
to... Don't give away locations.
Wegmans isn't that local.
I'm just saying, don't give away locations.
No, I'm just saying we went grocery shopping. We went to a grocery store.
There you go. That's all you have to say.
That's like me saying we went to Walmart we went to Target. Wegmans isn't just local to us. There are many Wegmans out there.
Is there really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, dude. I tell you the story all the time about how me and Cody ended up at the Wegmans down in Allentown on accident once.
That's local to us.
That's not that local.
That is local.
That's literally not that local.
It's in our vicinity of you can drive.
Well, let me. I'm Googling this now because you're. It's also like people from Florida saying that they went to a Publix.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
A fucking grocery store. The D.C., Delaware, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia.
Okay.
There's Wegmans everywhere.
Well, I didn't know. I don't fucking go to Wegmans because everything's fucking too expensive.
Oh, I fucking love Wegmans. But we went there because they have this, it's called Pickle de Gallo, and I fucking love it. And it's literally just like diced up pickles in like a pico style, kind of. And I just eat it with scoops. It's so fucking good. And I really wanted it. So I went and bought that, some scoops. And I went up to get Chinese food. And it was really fun. Because we kind of just drove around and hung out and talked for a bit. And just like, ate some food and stuff. It was really fun. So yeah. Anywho. Is there anything else you want to talk about with 2K25 or no?
No, I pretty much just talked about it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought we might be going into... I haven't really played much of it. Like, again, I was playing Jam with you, and that was fun. And overall, I think time-based missions in general are fucking stupid.
I just hate that they have DLCs that span across the whole year until, like, September, and then we're going to get a new game in March next year.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Just give me DLCs. I want the Penta DLC and the New Jack DLC. Because New Jack's going to be a playable character, which is really cool.
But I think that... time-based missions are stupid. Literally, a time-based mission had me put down an entire video game and never go back to it before because it was just fucking ridiculous. And it wasn't 30 seconds, it was a 60-second time-based mission. I think it was for the Xbox 360, so I could be a little bit wrong about the name of the game, but it was a Naruto game, and I believe it was called Rise of a Ninja. Because it wasn't the Clash of the Ninja games, the fighting games or anything that was like on GameCube and shit. I think it was Rise of a Ninja. But it was pretty open world, which was really cool. And I really liked the actual vibe of the game. And maybe eventually I'll go back and play it again. But there was a time-based mission where you had to literally run around the Leaf Village and do all these different jujitsus. And I think it was like a 60-second time limit. And you had to do all this. And it was so fucking infuriating. I literally could not do it. Like, I tried for about, 4 hours to do this fucking mission. It was fucking ridiculous. And I just gave up and I didn't touch the game ever again. But it was fun before that. So it really sucked because that, took it out of me. So, my point in this is just, I think time-based missions could honestly ruin a game, especially if they're, in very quick succession like that.
I think WWE 2K needs to fucking make better controls with the showcase. And my problem with the showcase is they want you to have the same exact match to happen in real life. It's not realistically gonna happen like that. It's a fucking video game. Why do we need to have 900 cutscenes in one goddamn fucking match that goes 10 fucking minutes and I have to do a certain thing like hit a fucking shoulder block in the left side of the ring or whatever? It sounds stupid, right? All of that sounds stupid.
I feel like if there's there should be certain key point objectives in a match that you should do. If you're replaying the screw job match, the screw job should be the finish, and you should be able to make sure that that's the finish.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to be all right, they start off with a lockup in real life, so as Shawn Michaels, you should lock up with Bret Hart and then punch him in the face. No, that's fucking stupid, bro.
It should be, key point moments, or, I don't know, if you're...
It should literally just be, damage your opponent until he's on fucking yellow or orange for the next step.
Yeah, I don't know. It should be those mania moments. You know what I mean? That you have to recreate.
I shouldn't have to hit a fucking light grapple fucking combo to unlock Scott Steiner. Like, it's fucking stupid. Showcase is fucking stupid, bro. I found a video, the whole playthrough on YouTube. This was a fucking edited probably and everything, but like the whole playthrough is almost 5 hours long. If you sit down and do it all
or
back to back.
That's like a speed run that someone did.
Yeah,
basically.
like it's fucking stupid. It shouldn't be that long.
Like if someone probably speed ran it and did it perfect, and it comes out to 5 hours if you do everything correct the first time.
Like I got through My Rise, the first like part in like 3 hours.
It's crazy to me that you say, and I mean it is different. So I get that, but like it's crazy for me just to hear someone else play their type of video games and be like 5 hours for a main story is too long.
It is.
When my favorite game, its main story is 200 hours.
It's way too fucking long.
Like, but the thing is, I play RPGs and JRPGs, so like they're gonna be longer games. There's gonna be a lot of dialogue in between. There's gonna be a lot of battles in between. A lot of like traveling in between. So like. That and more open worldness, so that makes sense. But then when you look at like what's essentially just a fighting game, if you really put down to it, and saying 5 hours is too long for a main story, I don't necessarily disagree in that standpoint, because like if 5 hours for the main story to completion perfectly in one shot is 5 hours, that's kind of ridiculous considering it's more than likely not going to take somebody just one shot through all of these fucking matches. You're gonna fuck up, you're gonna lose, you're gonna have to keep retrying stuff. That's to me, I get it that like you want to have more than just fighting in a game.
Mind you, I do what everyone does. Put it on easy. But still, it's fucking damn near impossible.
Yeah, and I feel like when it comes to like even the 2K games, like aside from showcase mode, there's GM mode and there's a bunch of other shit that you could fucking do. Like there's My Rise, which is its own other subset of stories.
And
so,
unlockables and shit.
Yeah, so like if you have all of these other subcategories, I don't think your showcase mode needs to be that fucking long.
And My Rise, literally, there's no missions. Like the missions are you have to talk to the certain people backstage, but like there's no way out of that. Like they kind of just like you have to hit this button to continue, and you just got to win the match that you're in.
Yeah,
and I think there's like 2 matches, at least in the first part, where I had to do like a certain like thing in the match for a cutscene to happen, but like it was easy shit. It was like how I was explaining to you, like do this to get to the next step, like wear down your opponent. That's literally all it was like wear down your opponent to get to the next step, and then it's a cutscene because they need to do like this whole weird shit in My Rise is wild.
And I feel like you could even throw in the replayability argument to it, where like if you have in a video game, a fighting game, a main story that's long and like difficult to the point where it's not difficult and challenging where it's fun, it's difficult and challenging where it's annoying, people are gonna beat it and they're not gonna want to replay that mode. You know what I mean? Now granted, again, there's a bunch of other stuff to do of replayability. You have like just making matches and whatnot, but like I don't know, if it was me and I had a what?
His breath smells.
Oh. And I had a main story. I'd want the main story to be good and challenging, but not, like, stupid challenging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. These games, it seems like every single fucking year, you buy a fucking 2K game. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to buy the new 2K game. And then you start playing it, and you're like, this game's great. And then, like, a day later, you're like, this game fucking sucks. I hate this fucking game. I'm going to return this fucking game.
Yeah.
I've been with you for 5 fucking years. I've been through this 5 different fucking times where you're like, I hate this game, I'm gonna return it, it fucking sucks. And then like a couple days later, you're like, it's not that bad, it's fine, it's whatever. And then you just buy the same fucking stupid thing again next year.
With an updated roster, yep.
Who cares? It's the same game!
If anyone's wondering, no, I haven't played the island mode at all. I don't plan on playing the island mode, because I don't even fucking know what the island mode is. It's something to do with 2K and the NBA game. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. So people that keep asking me, that's the reason why I have not answered you, because stop fucking texting me fucking just randomly that we don't talk at all. We don't talk at all. And then you randomly message me going, you played the island mode yet? Don't. Just stop messaging me.
I want to know what the fucking island mode is now.
It's
I'm gonna play the island mode.
I don't even fucking know.
I want to know. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to Big Dave's Revolution star ratings.
Dave Meltzer's Revolution star ratings.
Sorry, I was looking up Wegmans near me.
So I'll read these off.
Okay, well, I wanted to, but...
Oh, you want to?
I'm the host!
Okay, go ahead.
So coming from Uncle Dave.
This is the main card, mind you.
So, the pre-show.
No, we don't...
No, but...
Don't read the pre-show. Just do the fucking main card. That's why I screenshot it the way it is.
I know. I was gonna make a fucking joke, but you literally interrupted me. So now it's not fucking funny anymore.
Because we don't need the fucking pre-show. No one gave a fuck about the pre-show. We didn't even talk about the pre-show.
It was gonna be a joke.
We didn't even talk about the fucking pre-show.
It was gonna be a joke.
Fucking read off these fucking ratings.
You want me to be the fucking host? I'm gonna be the fucking host? Alright, since the pre-show doesn't fucking matter, we're going into Hangman and a Page vs. MJF, which opened the show, which got 4.5 stars.
I feel like that's like way too much.
I would have given it 4 stars. I wouldn't have, because again, I don't think it was a bad match.
3 3/4, 4?
3 3/4 I could see. It definitely wasn't a bad match at all. It was fine. There was nothing spectacular about it. But
that's just Dave's star inflation.
Yeah, it was fine, but it wasn't either of their best matches, you know. But it was a good opener. I will say that much. I mean, again, not Hangman. MJF always says if he's not main eventing, he's curtain jerking. So like, you know, fun little feud that we had started that actually it doesn't really seem like it's necessarily ending yet.
Yeah, what happened to Jeff Jarrett and MJF? Where's Jeff Jarrett?
I don't know.
They just like stopped. Like, remember they made a big deal about Jeff Jarrett's retirement angle?
I don't know if I haven't seen anything though. I don't know if he's been on like Collision because we've been missing Collision.
He was.
I haven't seen anything about it.
He was on the fucking pre-show doing like the announcing or whatever. But like they just dropped the story out of thin air. I don't fucking know.
No, I'm not sure. But no, I mean this was like a nice little quick feud we got going between MJF and Hangman, and people love Hangman, people love MJF. So I think it was well placed in the card. Going over to Mercedes versus Momo Watanabe for the TBS Championship. This got 4.25 star.
Sure, I guess.
I didn't see this match.
I didn't fucking watch it.
So I don't have anything to say about that. But I mean, that's pretty cool. Like for a women's match to have 4.25 stars, that's neat.
It's probably.
I always feel like we're lucky if we get 3.
There's something on there.
I know. I'm just saying.
I don't think it was. I didn't see it, but I guarantee you it's probably not 4 or whatever the fuck.
A lot of people really like Momo Watanabe. From what I understand online, a lot of people...
I never heard of her until now.
Well, she's from Stardom. And a lot of people said that she's, like, really good over in Stardom. People fucking love her over there. So, apparently, she's actually a huge fucking heel over in Stardom. And people were saying it's crazy to see her over in America getting cheered because she's going up against Mercedes when she's literally, like, destroying her promotion and wreaking havoc every fucking week or whatever. So, I didn't know about that, so that was pretty cool. Pretty cool thing to learn. Anyway, going on to Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet for the AEW World Title number 1 contendership. What a fucking mouthful. 4 3/4.
Oh my god, Dave, chill out.
Again, I didn't see this match.
Chill out, my god. Holy fuck.
I mean, the last 2 matches I've seen with Swerve and Ricochet was it 2 matches? 1 match? I don't remember. The last match I saw with Swerve and Ricochet was good. It was fun. Their styles mesh very well together. But again, I was working, so I really only breezed through this pay-per-view.
It's not. It's like, no.
Again,
fucking 3.5 at most.
I'm sure it was a good match. I'm sure it was fine. I can't really say much about that. Kazuchika Okada versus Brody King for the Continental Championship, 3 3/4.
That's him being fucking nice. It was like 2.5.
Okay.
And that's no diss at Brody King. That's a diss at Okada.
Oh my god! The Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, 1.5 stars.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Yeah, that's about. I don't even know why this match was on the fucking pay-per-view.
Oh my god! I don't know. I guess if I were to,
I like both teams, but like we didn't need this on the fucking.
This could have been a pre-show match. I feel like
this could have just been a match on fucking Collision.
Or that. Like I feel like the thought going.
Not even Dynamite.
I feel like the thought going into this was like the Outrunners are over with the crowd and the Hurt Syndicate are the new crown champions. So like the thought is, oh, this will be great. People will love this. And it just didn't work.
No, the thing is, the Outrunners are no longer over with the crowd. People hate the Outrunners now.
Since when?
Because of them having shitty matches like this. People do not like them. I like them. I do. But people do not like them.
I have seen nothing but people liking them online.
That's the AEW fucking Freakazoid fan base that you follow. I'm talking about...
I don't follow the Freakazoid fan base. I follow the Elite Girls.
Yeah, exactly. There's your fucking point. I'm talking about the other people that watch AEW that don't like a lot of things, but they also... People that liked the Outrunners at first because it was a ha-ha funny gimmick. Now people do not like it at all because it's... Wow, they... suck in the ring. And
see, that's crazy.
To be honest with you, they do suck in the ring. But guess what? I like the gimmick.
See, that's fucking crazy. Because, like I said, I follow Elite Girlies, not Freakazoids, because the Elite Girlies, at least the ones that I follow, are actually critical of the fucking product and will be very outspoken about shit they don't fucking like.
When Kenny Omega's not booked. Got it.
No, like, they genuinely did not like the fact, and I disagree, but they genuinely didn't like the fact of MJF versus Hangman. Because they're sick and tired of seeing MJF and having his long-winded fucking promos because they say it's repetitive. They say MJF has lost kind of his spark. Like,
and these are the people that don't know fucking wrestling.
Which, you know what, I'll slightly agree in saying that MJF has gotten boring because, yeah, kind of after the Adam Cole and MJF thing, he's kind of been in this weird limbo situation of, like, I like MJF, but, like, what the fuck do we have him doing? So I understand. Well,
they fucking ruined MJF by when he returned to looking like Triple H. He was a fucking babyface, and then like 3 weeks later, he's a heel. I still don't understand.
I think that's where it's coming from. Where like
it's Tony Khan's booking.
That I think that's where they're coming from more so with it, and they were kind of just like, all right, I mean, I'd kind of rather see Hangman do something else. Like, we kind of want information about what the fuck's going on with that Hangman situation where he went into Swerve's locker room and he wasn't there. We want to know what's going on with that. That we haven't gotten any fucking answers on. So, I get that point a bit, but I also disagree because I still like MJF and I still like what he was doing. But they're very critical about stuff. Again, a lot of them hate this fucking, if not all of them hate this fucking Death Riders bullshit. And they're not ones to stray away from calling out Tony Khan for being a fucking idiot. Trust me. Some of these girlies get fucking wild about their product because they want their fucking product to be good. Because they love the Elite.
Product hasn't been good for like 2 years.
And they're vocal about it. They love the Elite and they want what they made to be good. If that makes any sense. You know, they want the best because they love them. That's kind of where it comes from. So basically they still like the Outrunners because of kind of the same thing that you like is they like the gimmick. They think they're funny. They think it's stupid. They think it's ridiculous.
But they never have to wrestle, in my opinion. Don't wrestle. It's bad.
Yeah, maybe they could have a squash match, not where they're squashing. They get squashed.
Yeah, they get squashed because like
they could be a good comic relief.
They're literally the definition and the bell rang.
Yeah.
That's what they are. And the bell rang.
And, you know, they were OVW World Tag Team Champions before.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of says a lot, though, if you follow OVW.
I don't remember what year it was. It might have been, like, 1947 or something. But
Listen,
that was the joke because that was the joke.
That was before Cornette.
That was definitely before Cornette.
That was before Cornette. That was BC.
Yeah.
Before Cornette.
Yeah, OVW BC. But again, I think I get like the line of thought about this, but it was just something that didn't need to happen and it didn't work out.
This was Tony Khan panic booking of putting the tag team titles on the pay-per-view because, bro, if the tag team titles were not on the pay-per-view, Tony would have been getting death threats.
Who did the Outrunners beat?
I don't fucking know.
I don't remember who they beat, but I'm wondering if who they beat was actually the better fucking option.
I don't fucking know. The tag team division sucks.
I know. Yeah, we need the Bucks back because whenever they're back, they actually know what the fuck to do with the division.
FTR sucks anymore.
I haven't even... Well, FTR's probably on Collision. I haven't even seen FTR in a hot minute. But anyway, from a disaster to a bloodbath, we go to Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May. A whopping, beautiful, perfect 5 stars.
Rare W for Dave.
I agree.
Also, this is the first women's match in North America
to get 5
To
stars.
get 5 stars.
So, history-making women.
That's why I'm saying the Mercedes match, nowhere near this. With it being, what was it, 4.5? Whatever the fuck.
4 1/4.
No. Shouldn't even have the word 4 in there.
But,
This match, clearly, this was match of the night. This should have fucking main evented.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
I can't wait for the other matches. Hit me with these other ones.
Yeah, I disagree on this one. But Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita for the International Championship was 5 stars. I disagree.
No, 4.
I'd say 4. 4 because
I'll go
we
4.
were talking with Bryce, I liked the pacing of this match, and I liked the fact that Don Callis wasn't overly involved. It felt like this was between these two guys.
This is Dave jerking off Kenny. Anyway, moving on next.
Yeah, I don't want to continue that conversation. I'm going to say something stupid.
Because this is probably 5 stars, right? Because it's the cage match.
It is. Yeah, it is. The cage match between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher also got 5
So
stars.
I'm going to ask you this, Lissy. So this match, 5 stars. They kicked out of everything. 5 stars. Punk and Rollins, they kick out of everything. Everything. They got 4.5 stars. These matches were similar.
They were. But I don't.
And if I had to pick, I'm sorry, and I'm being fucking biased, but if I had to pick, Punk and Rollins was better.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, just by the standards of what I like from a steel cage match. And what I like from a steel cage match is I'm expecting you two are gonna, like, be brutalizing the shit out of each other. And no. Not modern cage matches. I'm not talking about what a cage match was supposed to be when it started.
No. So, we had 2 modern cage matches. Okay? Mm-hmm. Fletcher and Ospreay needed weapons. They needed to use people to get in the cage when the whole point of the cage is to...
Which I think is stupid.
Lock them in.
Yeah.
Lock them in. Punk and Rollins, they had interference at the very end.
Yeah, and I don't agree. And that was the end of the match,
and
which was cool.
The door was already open because they were doing the whole escape thing. So the door... That's why I like Punk and Rollins better. And yes, I'm being biased, but also... because it just makes more sense that way.
It does. And I literally even talked about how I thought the Mark Davis thing was stupid, especially the fact that he's going in to cut the fucking chain to deliver weapons, which should have already been in the vicinity of the... Kyle Fletcher should have just brought them out. Because it's not like you can get disqualified in this fucking match, so who cares if you bring a bag of weapons down. But... if he just dropped them and cut it, fine, whatever. I still don't like it, but also that is so common. Even in WWE, it is common that people come in and they try to get into the cage to help their buddy out and whatnot. It's a common thing nowadays with steel cage matches. So
it defeats the purpose of the cage.
If it happened once, fine. The fact that he came back after getting his head smashed in with the door was really fucking stupid. But what I liked more about Kyle and Will is... I like that they were using weapons and brutalizing each other with the fucking cage. And Seth and Punk did. I'm not saying that they didn't. They definitely did. But Kyle and Fletcher, or Kyle and Ospreay don't like each other. They fucking hate each other. They were best friends and now they hate each other. Seth and Punk fucking hate each other. They were never best friends. They just fucking hate each other. We have 4 guys here each in their respective feuds that both fucking hate each other. And I believe that Will and Kyle hated each other more watching their cage match than I believe that Seth and Punk hated each other. Now maybe Punk and Seth obviously do actually hate each other more than Will and Kyle do, and maybe they were like, let's not get too crazy because we might actually kill each other.
Let's not get too crazy because now we got to do the stupid triple threat at Mania.
Yeah, and we don't want to die, so maybe that was why.
Hey, props to Grandpa Punk. We'll talk about their cage match in a bit, but he took a fucking hell of a bump in that match.
He did. No, he did.
From the fucking cage.
And I don't necessarily think either of these matches were bad.
I mean, yeah,
I don't think Seth and Punk was bad.
It's not Ospreay and Fletcher doing a fucking Spanish fly off the fucking cage.
Actually insane. Goddamn. More on that later.
People were shitting on it. I understand why they were shitting on this, but I kind of liked it because it looked like an anime thing. But the start of the match where they're both on top of the fucking
loved
Yo,
that.
it looked cool as shit.
I fucking
People
loved that.
People were shitting on it. I understand because it's like, cringy, but it's like, no, it looks cool.
No, that was hard as fuck,
Yeah, it looks
dude.
cool.
First of all, if you're not a little cringe, you're not living, okay? But no, that was fucking cool. So y'all just don't know fun. I don't think that this match deserved 5 stars.
No.
I would have given it 4.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 maybe. That Mark Davis thing really pissed me off.
That's why I'm taking
And the
the half
screwdriver at the top pissed me off, especially considering
See, I'm cool with that. Having like a weapon hidden on top, okay. Or like the manager being out there and like sliding in. Like I was watching like AEW cage matches on YouTube the other day. Like they uploaded like a whole thing, and I forgot Wardlow and Cody's cage match. MJF slid the diamond ring to Wardlow like through. It's like, I'm fine with that, but like, let's open the fucking door to bring in a fucking whatever the fuck.
My biggest thing was, it was clearly Don Callis' screwdriver. It's that fucking like neon green fucking screwdriver that he
That's
has.
your screwdriver.
It is. That's me as a screwdriver. But like, to me, and I was explaining this on last episode with Bryce, to me, that just feels too much of Don Callis tomfoolery, because not only did we have Mark Davis just bring an entire fucking bag of weapons, which the screwdriver could have just fucking been in, but we had to really just hide it all the way up there. I feel like I would have rathered one or the other, because having them both, to me, felt too much of a Don Callis interference against Will Ospreay and not a Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay hate each other and are trying to kill each other. It was the same thing with Kenny and Takeshita, where Don got involved a little bit by just trying to like help Takeshita by saving him, but he didn't actually interfere in the match. And same thing, he didn't interfere in this match either, but to me this felt like Don Callis trying to plant things in there to benefit Kyle, instead of Will and Kyle just having this man-to-man brochacho to brochacho type thing. And I feel like this story should have just been one-to-one, really not a lot of interferences. But it's a cage match. It's no disqualification, so of course there's going to be interferences. Moving on to the literal most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Jon Moxley versus Cope for the AEW World Championship with the Christian Cage cash-in for the AEW title contract with 3.25 stars. Which I think that Dave Meltzer might have gotten a little bit hit in the head with the Don Callis screwdriver, because clearly something's not right in his brain.
I'm just going to keep my comments to myself, because if I say something, I'm going to get myself canceled.
I'll say something.
Dave's a fucking idiot.
This should have gotten 1/4 star if we had to rate it.
-5.
I don't... Yeah, he's done negative stars before.
-5.
We were just talking about this earlier. I don't remember what the fuck you were watching, but you were watching something, and maybe it was this morning when we were still awake, or it was like... I don't remember. But Dave used to be fucking brutal.
Oh, I was listening to a Bruce Pritchard podcast. And they were reading Dave Meltzer reports on like a pay-per-view.
Because I didn't know who the fuck was... Dylan had this on his phone, and I think I was on my iPad drawing. And I was just listening to this shit. I didn't know who the fuck it was. And I said, whoever the fuck is talking right now is a fucking grifter.
It was Bruce.
And he goes, oh, that's Bruce Pritchard.
I was like, yeah, it's Bruce Pritchard. What do you expect?
I was like, oh, I don't think I've ever heard Bruce Pritchard talk. So,
But yeah, they were talking about a pay-per-view, and Dave was like... Dave used to be like extremely sexist.
Dude, Dave was like, this match was great. There was nothing really wrong with it. I enjoyed this match. 3 stars. Like,
but like,
what?
Dave used to be like sexist back in the day.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
Bro, read his reviews on like Sunny or some shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he used to be fucking brutal. So like, it's crazy to me about how he could be like, this match was great, nothing really wrong with it. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. 3 stars. And
star inflation.
This match fucking sucked. And he's like, yeah, 3.25. And it's like, dude,
Dave can't give anything lower than like 2.5 stars, only on rare occasions, because he works for AEW, so he's making his money. Come on, Dave works for AEW. Come on.
I mean, probably. I don't fucking know.
He works for AEW.
I'm not on their payroll. I don't know what they do.
Dave Meltzer works for AEW.
I ain't here for the conspiracy theories about it. But
Dave Meltzer works for AEW.
But what I am here for is shitting on Dave when he's a fucking idiot. And he's a fucking idiot for this fucking star rating.
Dave Meltzer works for AEW.
This shouldn't have gone anywhere over 1 star if you want to be nice, in the simple fact of saying, Oh my god, Christian Cage was there. That's cool. And there was that one creative spot where Christian Cage could have won it.
No.
But that, to me, doesn't even give enough of a star. That gives me a quarter of a star, because that was cool, and I liked seeing Christian Cage, but he was in there for like 60 seconds. So that doesn't even gain a full fucking star for me. Dave
is a fucking idiot.
I don't really disagree with a good chunk of these, but I definitely disagree with that.
Dave Meltzer is a fucking moron.
Yeah, so that's that. That was super fun and awesome. An awesome way to spend my time. Moving on. Are we going to do this Hall of Fame thing now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do our Talkin Wrasslin
So I'm going to try to remember mine, because I wrote mine down on my phone and I'm recording on my phone, so I can't exactly open it yet, but I'm pretty sure I remember who the fuck I put in there.
So Bryce gave me this idea of doing a Talkin Wrasslin Hall of Fame class. So me and Lissy have picked 5 wrestlers. Well, technically a little more than 5 if you're counting tag team. But the way we're doing this, they cannot be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame yet. They don't have to be a WWE superstar, though. But they cannot be active as well. So, I will read off. Do I do a name and then you do a name? Or do you want me to read?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Mine are not going to be in order, especially because I don't have my list. So
number 1, I think for obvious reasons, Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Obvious reasons. I think Martha should just let it happen. I understand why, but I just think it should, just let it happen. It'll be closure for a lot of people.
I think that now that Vince isn't a part of WWE,
that's why I'm saying yes.
Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like maybe there might be a time where all of Vince's minions are gone, but then that's tough because Triple H is still there. So I don't really know if you want to count him as a minion. But he also wasn't around and responsible for this when this happened. He was talent. So I wouldn't necessarily pin him in that same type of category. But yeah, I think it's maybe a little bit more possible now. But actually, no, not necessarily, because they still do the Owen Hart Cup in AEW.
I just want it to happen. Give the guy his flowers.
Yeah, I mean, but then there's also, to me, and this might, I don't mean for this to come off as disrespectful or cynical or biased or anything like that, but it just genuinely, to me, WWE was a huge part of Owen Hart's career, obviously, but I just feel like there are other ways that you can still pay the respects to people and give them their flowers after they passed.
Put the Hart Foundation in the Hall of Fame.
And that the WWE Hall of Fame isn't the end-all, be-all if you're not in it.
Well, yeah, no.
And I feel like it's a lot of... It's something that, with WWE, the WrestleMania moment, that they have just, polarized now into a thing where it feels forceful to happen. It's a mindset that WWE has ingrained in a lot of wrestling fans' brains, that because they're the largest promotion, whatever they do is the most important, and it's not. And maybe in Martha's eyes, the Owen Hart tournament, is a better way to pay respect to him than just being in the Hall of Fame of a company that was responsible for his untimely passing. Maybe that's how she feels about it. Maybe later on down the line, maybe her mind will be changed. But I do agree, nonetheless, even though with that point being made, I do think that Owen Hart and the Hart Foundation absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Just historically speaking.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
What about you?
Let me think about who I have in here. Well, okay, we'll start with this one. So I put Brian Pillman.
Okay.
Simply just because I think that Brian Pillman was, you don't really strike lightning twice.
No.
And or you don't really catch lightning twice, whatever the fuck the saying is. And he just did it.
Even though Lexus King's his son, there's never going to be another Brian Pillman. Or lightning never strikes twice in the same spot, but he somehow fucking did it. Flying Brian, great. Loose cannon, in my opinion, even fucking better. And I love the fact, and it's just personal, but I just think, I love the fact about how he went about, turning into the loose cannon. And just started doing a bunch of fucking random ass fucking shit being a nutcase. I fucking love that shit. So creative, so innovative. And
honestly, like, I don't know. I feel like you don't get someone like that anymore. And he was really one of a kind, and he was a standout, and I'm genuinely actually surprised that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I'm not surprised because of the whole Melanie Pillman thing after Brian died and
That's true.
stuff like that.
Well, that was fucking Sons there.
That's what I was gonna say. Now, I definitely see it happening because his son's there. They're making figures of him. Mm-hmm. It's only a matter of time until they're just like, all right, time to put him in the Hall of Fame. My next one, kind of keeping, I guess, with the family. The Dynamite Kid.
Okay, that makes sense.
The British Bulldog is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Not the British Bulldogs.
Isn't there a whole thing with the Dynamite Kid not being in there, though?
Yeah, there's a convoluted history. Go to like episode 5 of the Talkin Wrasslin podcast where I talk about it when Dynamite Kid is the wrestler of the week in one of the early episodes. But he was a big influence on what is now the modern style of wrestling.
Yeah.
Put him in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But put him in, even though he was in WWF, but like for a very short time, and most of his stuff was outside of WWF. Still though, that didn't stop like Great Muta being inducted. I'm just selfish, okay?
That's true.
I'm just selfish. Move on.
Who did I just say?
Brian Pillman.
Okay. Did I say anyone before that?
No.
No. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. Okay. So I will go into... Sorry, I'm trying to remember who my fucking fifth person is now. Okay, well, I'll just go into AJ Lee.
Okay.
The
CM Punk inductor?
Yeah. I mean, everyone loved AJ Lee, obviously, but I'm more so putting this in the pedestal of the fact that the fucking Divas division was terrible. It fucking sucked. It was awful.
If the Bellas are Hall of Famers, AJ Lee should be a fucking Hall of Famer.
AJ Lee carried that fucking division on her back. She was the most
not
influential,
the Bellas, not Michelle McCool, AJ Lee.
The most influential and, in my opinion, the most important fucking woman in the Divas division. And I absolutely think she should be in the fucking Hall of Fame. Hands down.
I agree.
Hands fucking down.
I agree. My next one. It's a tag team.
Oh, I remember my fifth person now.
It's a tag team. That it just needs to fucking happen. I will keep saying it every fucking year until it happens. And that is the Midnight Express. The team of Loverboy Dennis, Beautiful Bobby, Sweet Stan, Big Bubba, and Jim Cornette. All of them. Every single one of them. It's a damn shame that Bobby's not here. Bobby should be here. And that's the thing that sucks the most is like when this happens, Bobby should be there. Bobby was the Midnight Express, but you're just going to have Jim, Dennis, and Stan because Bubba's not here. Bubba's gone. And like Jim should be the one to induct them, but also Jim should be inducted with them because Jim Cornette was the fucking Midnight Express as well with his mouth.
Is Corny even in the fucking Hall of Fame?
Cornette is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And that would be technically the only way he'd go in. Because he can't go in just as a manager because he could go in as a manager, yes. Because he'd go in with the Midnight Express. But like he managed other people. But the best thing for Cornette is to put him in with the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
And have like Punk or Paul Heyman induct him. Or the Rock and Roll Express. Cornette has inducted the Rock and Roll Express. Why isn't the Midnight Express in the Hall of Fame? Fucking put them in. Probably next year when they're closer to Kentucky.
Maybe.
In Louisiana. I don't know.
Maybe it's just because Jim doesn't want to travel.
That's pretty much the fucking reason, probably.
Well, if we're going to talk about managers being in the Hall of Fame, I guess I'll segue into my next pick, which would be Miss Elizabeth.
And that's who I also had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we both had Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, wow. I didn't mean to, like, time that up perfectly.
No,
so there we go.
So Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, a lot of people can argue, I mean, maybe not even argue, but a lot of people could argue that she is the best manager of all time.
Come on.
I mean, and also she's kind of set a sentiment and a staple.
I'm not gonna put her as the best, but one of the best.
The argument's there.
Bobby Heenan is number one.
The argument's there.
Bobby Heenan's number one, but
she really did set a precedent of what a manager could and should be.
Elizabeth.
She was just fucking phenomenal, and I was actually surprised to find out she wasn't in the Hall of Fame.
It's sad because she's no longer with us. Yeah. So. But she should be in the Hall of Fame. I'll move on to my last one. This is a funny but random one that I think people would agree with. Jim Johnson.
Yeah. Honestly,
if that name rings a bell, he's not a wrestler, but he's made all those iconic themes, from the Broods theme, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. He made so many themes. Might as well put him in.
We didn't know what we had until we didn't have him.
Might as well put him in. Put him in. He deserves it.
Okay, well, I'm left with my last two, since we just kind of combined Miss Elizabeth. So, my fourth pick, which at first I wasn't going to put on there because of my own speculation, but Dylan was like, you could, and I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'll just put him on here, would be Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I'm allowing it because at this time on March 17th, as we're recording this, 2025, Bryan Danielson is not an active performer.
And he has said he's retired full time. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to come back part time. Yeah. We don't really know. So, but at the time, and that's why I was like, I wasn't sure if I could actually put him on the list or not. But yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing, right? The Yes Movement was fucking huge in WWE. Well, I personally was not a big Daniel Bryan person and didn't get him until seeing him as Bryan Danielson. I probably would have, if I heard that he was going to the Hall of Fame, just knowing Daniel Bryan, I probably would have been like, why? Like, yeah, I guess the Yes Movement was like a cool thing, but like, what the fuck did he really do? But no, like, looking back on it now, like, he absolutely deserved.
And not even just the Yes Movement or, like, the stuff he did in WWE. You got to think about, and WWE would acknowledge this, because they're all about acknowledging other companies and indie promotions and stuff. What he did on the indies.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that kind of broke the barrier of what wrestling is now. Of, like, all the, like, these promotions allowing other promotions to be a part of their promotion.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
So, thanks to and modern wrestling, he kind of influenced too. So.
And to end this on a high note, this is a funny one. I picked a celebrity, right? Just because that is a thing that you could do.
Yes.
You could have a celebrity in the Hall of Fame, and I feel like
Fred Durst.
Personally, if fucking Donald Trump can be in the Hall of Fame, then why the fuck can't Johnny Knoxville?
Fred Durst.
Put Johnny Knoxville in the fucking Hall of Fame. Because, I'm sorry, but the fact that they made an action figure of Sami Zayn with the fucking mousetrap, and then they did do a Johnny Knoxville one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put the motherfucker in the Hall of Fame. I ain't seen no fucking WWE Donald Trump fucking action figure. People fucking love to put him in the Hall of Fame.
Bro, imagine if they made one, though.
I think there'd be a lot of problems that they have to deal with.
It would be one of the biggest sell. I'm not even trying to like be political or anything with this, but like because of everything, it would be the biggest seller with people that love him and hate him.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to give like the WWE my money just to do something stupid with a Donald Trump action figure.
I would.
I wonder if that was okay, this is gonna get really fucked up. I'm not gonna keep talking. But yeah, put Johnny Knoxville in the Hall of Fame. Fuck it, why not? Anyway, that was that. Yippee. Let's move on over into Raw.
Thank God, Ghost.
So.
Thank God. He's finally moved.
Chad Gable.
Okay.
He showed up.
Yeah.
But he was in a mask and attacks the LWO.
And he said.
Allegedly.
And he said, gracias. Instead of thank you, he went, gracias.
That was so stupid. I fucking loved that. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chad Gable showed up in a mask and attacked the LWO.
I hit my knee off the table. I'm sorry. Yes.
That was crazy.
No, but they did like a whole thing backstage.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So he says gracias, jumps over the phone, he goes.
Make sure you talk about Kathy Kelly.
Right?
Yep.
Backstage. Kathy Kelly.
She's a great backstage person.
Because Chad Gable is backstage, no mask. He's being questioned about why he did that, and he's like, "What do you mean? I didn't do that. That wasn't me." And she goes, "Well, you left to go on an expedition, a luchador expedition, and then this guy comes back, wearing a mask. Yeah, that's an American flag, sure. A luchador mask,
Mr. America.
And he has the same build as you, yeah, and throws up the thank you, sure. Says it in Spanish, though, okay. And you're expecting me to think that that's not you. That wasn't me. What do you mean that?" And then, in the background, there's the guy in the mask getting carried out by security as Chad Gable and Kathy Kelly are standing right there. And Chad Gable goes, "Told you it wasn't me." Who was it?
I want to say it's Rey Fenix.
Does he really have that similar of a build to Chad Gable?
I don't know. That's the thing. And like he has tattoos and shit.
But he was wearing a hoodie.
That's my thing. Like obviously the person that was out there live was Gable under the mask. Like playing the whoever.
Yes.
But like the backstage one, like that's one like that
but
has
they
to
were
be like
far enough away.
Yeah, that's the thing of like is it Rey Fenix? Because like we can talk about it now on SmackDown. They teased like Rey Fenix.
They sure did. They did tease a little Rey Fenix thing, so he's showing up.
Which I think would be cool if they're gonna keep Penta and Rey separate from each other for right now, and then have them find each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Chad Gable's doing some weird shit in the Lucha Underground universe.
He came back quick. He was back pretty quick.
Well, yeah, his little excursion.
Yeah, his little excursion. Moving on, we were already talking about this a little bit. We can kind of recap again a little bit more. Punk and Rollins in a steel cage match in Madison Square Garden.
They had a really good cage match in Madison Square Garden. Rollins hit Punk with a big superplex off the cage. Rollins got the win by technicality because Roman dragged him out of the cage. But that was cool that they were hitting each other with fucking everything and they kept kicking out. And it kind of got to the point where it was like, yeah, we can escape the win, but like we don't want to do that because like that's the coward's way out.
What I think was more interesting was after Roman just like beat the shit out of Seth because Seth injured him. Yeah, that's why Roman was gone. Seth injured him. And he turns his attention to inside the cage. And there's a slumped CM Punk, bloodied and battered, being caressed by Paul Heyman.
And Roman got mad.
And Roman goes, not my wise man. And then he comes in, and he starts beating the shit out of Punk. And Paul Heyman's like, not my CM Punk. And he's like, shook the boots down, house down, mama. You know what I mean?
He was shook.
He was shook.
He was shaketh.
Which was pretty interesting. Why was Paul Heyman in there caressing Punk? I mean, we know that Punk's a Paul Heyman guy and that they love each other.
They got a favor.
But he's sitting there and he's just like, somebody please help my son, he's sick.
Literally. My son, he's sick.
My son, he's sick. And we didn't touch on that at all tonight. We're not going to talk about tonight's Raw.
No.
We'll talk about that next week.
That's next week's episode.
But that didn't get touched on at all this week, did it?
It's getting followed up on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they talked a little bit about it on Raw, like recapped it, but Seth did a promo. That's when I was on my phone. Seth did a promo and he said that Punk and Roman will be on SmackDown, so I'll be on SmackDown.
Okay.
Because they released like CM Punk's schedule and he's working like full time during this run. But he wasn't on tonight, he was listed for SmackDown. Because they had Cena on Raw tonight. It was weird what they did.
Makes sense. Okay. Let's go into Dynamite. And let's talk about some interesting stuff.
Developments.
So we'll start off really strong. Where I was home watching this, Dylan was at work, and I had to set my noodles down. I was eating noodles. I had them in my grip, in my bare hands, and I had to just set them on my lap. And pull my phone out and send a voice message to Dylan about this. Just so we could understand how I was saying this. That Cope and Mox have a rematch in a street fight, well, this week. Now, this upcoming Dynamite. So... This is
like WWE.
So
booking the Usos against each other after that shitty Mania match they had 2 weeks later in a stipulation.
So, to me, this reads exactly what happened a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago or whatever, when the Acclaimed were going up against Swerve in Our Glory, which was Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland.
This was at the pay-per-view.
This was at a pay-per-view.
This was at All Out.
I don't remember which pay-per-view.
It was All Out because then the title change happened at Grand Slam.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And so Swerve and Keith Lee were the champions, but the Acclaimed were really fucking
This is
over.
when the Acclaimed were hot.
And everyone loved the Acclaimed.
Literally.
And people wanted them to win, but they lost. And people were pissed.
To the point where the journalists, they're in the media scrum, were like, Tony, did you think about calling an audible? Like, asking him straight up.
Like, they were mad. So, Tony kind of panic booked and said, I'm sorry, and then had a rematch where Swerve and Our Glory dropped the belts to the Acclaimed. Literally, like, a week later.
I don't think it's that.
I don't... to me, that was my immediate reaction.
Think this is literally them continuing the fucking story because, yes, there's an argument.
I never lost that match.
Edge never got pinned. Okay. So Edge Hogan, he's going to do a job. This is Edge Hogan getting ready to do a job because he's going to be able to do a job in a street fight because he can get hit with a weapon. Jon Moxley's winning. It's not Edge Hogan winning.
I don't know. I'm still on the firm belief.
It's Hulk Moxley winning.
I'm still on the firm belief. Mox is holding this shit till Darbs comes back. That's where I think this is fucking going. I think Mox is holding this. Darbs comes back from Mount Everest. I don't know how long it takes to climb Mount Everest, but he's been gone for fucking ever.
I think the move is here. It's gonna be Swerve and Mox at Dynasty. Then it's gonna be Mox and Jay White at Double or Nothing. Because they're still unfinished business with Jay White. And then it's going to be Ospreay and Mox at All In. Because they already teased that. And then it's Wrestle Dream that's usually the one in Seattle, right? Mm-hmm. Which is Darby's hometown. Boom, there you go.
It's either Darby or it's Ospreay.
Or it's Wheeler Yuta.
Or somehow...
Watch it be Wheeler Yuta.
But
the story ends with Yuta beating Mox.
I'm still leaning more towards Darbs, but I will gladly take Ospreay because Ospreay's over as fuck. Honestly, they should put the fucking belt on him.
Belt. He should have fucking beaten Swerve for the belt.
Yeah. Ospreay needs the fucking belt. Well, he doesn't need the belt, but he deserves the belt. Ospreay's over without a fucking belt. Can you stop burping on the fucking podcast?
No.
Anyway.
Tickle tickle.
Stop.
Tickle tickle.
Stop.
Tickle tickle.
Anyway. We already knew this was coming. We already knew this was going to be happening. But it was still exciting to see. Speedball is all elite. Speedball Mike Bailey made his debut against the Beast Mordos as the wild card in this international championship.
Yeah, tournament.
Kenny Omega is the prize tournament. The Kenny Omega prize tournament.
And Mike Bailey better win this tournament.
I'm hoping Mike Bailey fucking wins this fucking tournament.
Because I just had a match against them in 2K25.
Mike Bailey's been chasing Kenny for like 10 years, dude.
It's been cooked.
Like...
it'd be a good match.
it'd be so fucking good.
So it should happen. The Kenny's probably going to win.
Because the thing is, get Mike Bailey a couple wins throughout the tournament. He finally gets his match with Kenny. Kenny beats him, and then
Mike Bailey does 8-man tags on Collision. Tony Khan booking. Okay, moving on to Guatumo Bay, or whatever Eric Bischoff says. That's where they go. Guatumo Bay.
You know, you say that like... I'm going to be biased. You say that like WWE didn't fucking sign Andrade back for him to do nothing.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck Mans is doing.
He's waiting! Did you see that?
Is he the speed champion?
Wait, did you see that though?
That he's waiting, yeah.
He's waiting?
I don't even know what the fuck he's doing.
I don't know what's going on with Speed. I don't even know if Speed's still happening.
Speed still happens.
Well, I have no idea.
They do Speed over there.
But I'm just saying...
Bro, they could have had... Why didn't Mike Bailey sign the WWE? He could have been...
the Speed champion.
The Speed champion, Speedball Mike Bailey. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
He could have feuded with Penta.
Do we think that MJF's joining the Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah, he's going to be Owen Hart in the fucking Nation of Domination.
Dude, no, he's not.
No, he ain't joining.
Fucking MJF is orange. He would not be Owen Hart. He's orange. Can't be a white man if you're fucking...
Yeah, so this is leading to like a Texas death match between like MVP and MJF.
Somehow, probably.
I don't even fucking know. I thought it was interesting.
No, I could see MJF joining.
I thought it was interesting.
I could see him joining and then doing the typical MJF thing, and then he stabs his back, stabs everyone's back and whatnot.
Because he hates Bobby Lashley.
But like, also, then here's the thing, right? I get it, because like, I don't know. There's class to all of these men that we're talking about. They all are like prestigious.
Well, yeah,
class.
not to bring like race into this, but MJF is like the white version of the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah,
that's the best way to put it.
And like,
he wears suits.
I think they would all work very well together. My thought is just, how does this story exactly go? Because, like, I don't know. Like, MJF is a good talker, but you don't need a talker with MVP. So then what, do you not have MJF talk? And then he kind of loses
you have
more
MJF.
zazzle.
No, you have MJF be their bitch. And then he turns on them.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Like he joins, and like it's like a learning thing where it's like, yeah, you're with us now, but you're gonna get treated like you need to earn your stripes, and he gets treated like a bitch.
That'd be good.
And then he eventually snaps. I don't know if I guess the Hurt Syndicate turns face. I don't know.
You can't turn the Hurt Syndicate. No, MJF would turn face. You can't turn the Hurt Syndicate face.
Why would you turn MJF face though?
Well, actually, you don't need two faces. Heel versus heel. Who cares?
Bro, they've tried numerous times turning MJF face. It doesn't work.
It only worked with Adam Cole. It literally only worked with Adam Cole because they had such good chemistry together. Like, they were funny.
Like, bro, he got the tattoo and he got it removed. There's no coming back.
No, you can't turn the Hurt Syndicate face. How you can have a song that goes, "We hurt people," and then people are just like, yeah, they're the good guys.
Their song sucks.
We hurt people.
The whole "we hurt people" cringy.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. It could be better. They could have went with something different, but
Mikey Ruckus has been making shitty themes as of late.
I'm trying to think of who else he's made like recently. I'm trying to think of.
The Mike Bailey one is it's not fucking Brass Monkey.
That's a very hard standard.
All of the stock themes that they don't have copyright is Mikey Ruckus.
Well, I know that. I'm just trying to think of like the newest, the ones I've been paying attention to.
Like, they all kind of suck as of late. Just saying.
Well, anyway, I'll have to actually like sit down and listen to them more because I haven't really been paying that much attention to it. Actually, I like Ricochet's. Ricochet's isn't bad.
Yeah.
Ricochet's isn't too bad.
Yeah.
But okay. So Billy Starkz and Mercedes are having a story going on.
Yes, I have theories.
And I know I'm literally reciting it.
Yeah.
Where Billy Starkz has been showing up backstage on Dynamite, confronting Mercedes, and Dylan says that he has a feeling this is leading to Mercedes versus Athena for Mercedes winning the Ring of Honor belt because of course she would.
Yes.
Possibly are Billy and Athena though still like
they're still I think there's still a thing. I don't watch Ring of Honor
because they had that match.
Yes, but I think Billy like came back or whatever. Like, I think she's still a minion in training or whatever or something. I don't know like the whole fucking story that they're going on there, but I still think this is leading to Athena. I think we're gonna get Mercedes versus Billy Stark on like a random Dynamite where Mercedes wins, and then Athena's gonna fight Mercedes, and they're gonna have a feud. It's gonna be for the Ring of Honor title, and then Mercedes is gonna hold that because of course, right? Because she has like 9 belts already.
She hasn't lost.
Mercedes, and Athena hasn't lost the title in like 2 years.
Well, I know.
So that's why I think of like that. Here we go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Mercedes has been in the company for a year. She has 3 belts and she hasn't lost.
But I
4?
think
3?
4. I think. But I think Athena loses, obviously. But this finally brings Athena up to the AEW roster, not just the Ring of Honor roster.
And the thing is, like, maybe, hypothetically speaking, maybe it'll bring more people to watch Ring of Honor with Mercedes having to be down there.
I was going to say, because it ain't working with Jericho.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I still feel like maybe I should tune in a little bit to Ring of Honor just to see what the fuck they're doing.
You gotta buy Honor Club.
Ah, that's right. So Will Ospreay had a promo And
here, you recite this. I'm going pee, because this was funny, but you talk about it.
This was literally the funniest fucking thing. I don't know why bro started fucking yapping about this, but he was talking about he was talking about his match with Kyle Fletcher, Revolution. And then he just goes on this tangent about how he got in trouble with his wife because his wife called him before the match and she was like, hey, don't do anything stupid. And he's like, I'm not going to do anything stupid. I have a bad back and, I'm like 30. And she's like, okay, well, don't go like jumping off the cage or anything. And then Ospreay's like, and then I'm up there on top of the cage and I'm staring down and people are like filming. They got their phones out. And then there's this guy who's like begging I don't die. And I'm like, okay, I hopefully will not die for this sole guy right here. And there's a Spanish fly off the cage. And then he's like, oh man, my wife's going to be pissed. And then he looks at his phone and he's got all these missed calls from his wife. And he's like, all right, better call the missus back. And then he calls the missus back. And she's like super happy to hear from him that he's okay and that he did a great job. And he's like, oh, thanks, it was a really good match. And then she starts yelling at him for jumping off the cage and everything. I don't know why Bruv started talking about this, but it was so fucking funny. Like, I'm not necessarily doing that justice as to how fucking funny this was. I think it's on their YouTube that you can go and just watch this little in-ring segment with Ospreay. Simply watch this segment for this part because it was fucking hilarious. Like, he did a telephone sound effect. Like, he's screaming into the mic that's like two centimeters away from his face. Like, it was so fucking funny. I love him. I love Will Ospreay so fucking much. What did you think about this?
It was funny.
It was hilarious.
It was funny. That's really about it. I could really say.
Oh, and then he went on to talk about how he wants to be the guy. And Mox, if you're a king, you better worry that there's an assassin coming to take your throne. Which I thought was a pretty cool fucking line.
He pointed at the WrestleMania, All In sign.
Dude, look at that wind.
Oh yeah, the wind's blowing.
But wow. I'm gonna go stand on the porch.
With Lita. Maybe the wind will take her away.
Oh yeah, Lita. No!
The wind will blow her away.
Lita's here now. Our little baby who's causing lots of problems for us. But that's okay because she's just a baby and she doesn't have any thoughts in her head. Not one singular little thought.
She's been pretty good today, though.
She's been all right today. Want to say hi?
She woke me up this morning.
She's just going to end up...
She woke me up trying to eat my hair.
Yeah, she likes doing that.
And Leslie just let it happen.
Well, yeah, I was bored. I didn't know what else to do.
You were like, oh, good, I don't have to wake Dylan up.
Nope. There she goes.
Hey, baby.
Anyway, we're moving on to SmackDown a little bit. We already talked about Rey Fenix. But there's another teaser. Aleister Black, maybe?
Maybe.
I literally didn't even see this, so I have no idea what people are even talking about.
Yeah, there was a teaser. I can't even explain it, but it seems very Aleister Black-esque. And that's what people are saying, so...
What if that's the Rey Fenix teaser, and the Rey Fenix teaser was Aleister Black?
The Rey Fenix teaser is it's kind of like the Penta one.
No, it's so Aleister Black was the guy in the mask.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And they just
No, it's fucking Brody King.
Yeah.
Even
it's
better.
Brody King somehow. She's watching the wind.
Mm-hmm.
She's watching the trees blow. Aw. She's so cute. Cool. Again, like I said last time, like, I just want Mans to be happy because I love him and I just want him to be utilized well.
And it's good that he's going on SmackDown because I think Zelina Vega's on SmackDown, so
yeah,
that's good for them.
Oh, and she's in the LWO, right? And we're talking about some dark art luchador stuff too.
And his school is something to do with that.
Yeah,
there was a whole conspiracy with that. I feel like there's a big tie-in with all this eventually.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Triple H low-key cooking. I don't want to say cooking with the luchadors, but I think he might be.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this.
Cool, we made it past an hour at least.
Yeah, we've been yapping for a bit.
Who's your wrestler of the week?
All right. Well, I'm just going to go off of... Actually, let me see the Instagram really quick. I don't think we picked this person.
Talkin Wrasslin. There we go.
But can you get her down so she doesn't, like, kill Hulk... Actually, let her kill Hulk Hogan. I don't think that this person has been a wrestler of the week yet, but I just want to double check and make sure, but I'm pretty certain that I'm correct in the assessment. And I believe I am. So, let's talk about... No fucking way she just did that.
You okay? She's like,
so,
yeah.
I don't know if you just heard like what could have sounded like a bit of a rustle. We still have 4 boxes. I gotta go through these fucking boxes. I was supposed to do it today. I didn't do that. We still have 4 boxes in our living room of just extra stuff that needs to get put back from the move. And Lita likes to climb on them and walk over them. And she was, for whatever reason, walking just directly along the edge of the box, and I guess she just missed her step and she just slipped and fell down. She's fine. They're not tall boxes. She literally just slid down the side of the box. Oh, anyway, let's talk about AJ Lee.
Okay.
So, because we haven't talked about
Hell yeah,
it
we're
yet.
talking about mom today.
Yeah, I loved AJ Lee growing
We're
up.
talking about mom. Hell yeah.
No, again, growing up watching AJ Lee, I was younger, so a lot of, and we haven't seen her in literally forever. So a lot of the matches and whatnot are fuzzy for me about matches that she has had. What I do genuinely remember the most that I loved about AJ Lee was not only her promo ability of just basically telling all the other women to go fuck themselves because she's better than them, but I love the shit that she did with Punk and Daniel Bryan. I think, Daniel Bryan. I think there was someone else. Kane
was involved, yep.
Where she was just fucking insane. She was a fucking nuisance.
Yep.
She was this crazy fucking chick. And, like, it's a genuine stereotype that, like, nowadays would be perpetuated incredibly sexist. But I think the way that she did it, she carried it really fucking well. And honestly, I mean, it's pretty fucking crystal fucking clear, especially now, like nowadays, this day and age. But her fucking chemistry with Punk was so fucking good. Like, and I also just remember loving it because I loved CM Punk growing up, and I loved AJ Lee, and seeing them both together was like, oh my fucking god. And then obviously them to later on go on and get married was just like, oh my fucking god. But basically those two were the definition of, I found someone to match my freak and now we're both dead.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking insane. But no, I also, like, as a young girl, loved watching her and kind of being happy to have that as, like, I don't want to 100% say a role model, but, like, I wanted to be cool like AJ Lee. So I guess it's kind of in the sense of a role model. Like, her style was, like, something that I fucking adored.
The high top Converse.
And honestly, I will buy another pair of high top Converse.
They're at Journeys.
I know, they have ones with little buckles on them too, which I never got when I was younger, and I kind of want those. I'll buy a pair of high top Converse again. Like, and I had a pair. So I actually had a, what's the word I'm looking for? An unofficial pair of high top Converse. They were fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, this is so funny to talk about, Claire's sold shoes at one point.
That's crazy.
And they sold, they weren't like anything, there was a very small selection, but they had high top Converse at Claire's, and they had like a little like zebra print around the bottom. And as like the little scene queen I wanted to be, that was like fucking iconic. I loved zebra print at the time. So I was like, fuck it. And they were like $30. It's like, you can't fucking beat that. So I ended up getting those. And I wore those fucking shits so fucking often. I did eventually get an actual authentic pair of high top Converse, the knee high Converse. They were cool. They had little zippers on the side that had different colors in them. And I wanted them because, like, not only was it like an emo fashion staple, but like AJ Lee wore them and she was so fucking cool. Like, she had the coolest fucking aesthetic, the way she fucking sat on the ropes and everything. Like, she had, as the kids say now, she had that fucking aura about her.
Yeah. That
she was that fucking bitch. And I just fucking adored her. I still love AJ Lee. And the thing is, like, we're gonna be copyright strike. We're gonna get copyright strike, and then AJ Lee and CM Punk are gonna show up at our doorstep with Larry, and then Lita's not gonna know what to do.
That's fine.
But no, I just adored seeing her. And again, like, people always say, and I even said this during the Royal Rumble episode that we did. I'm just tired of people constantly saying, oh, AJ Lee's gonna come back at the Rumble, or when's AJ Lee coming back, or when's this happening, or when's that happening, and like, where's AJ Lee? And it's like, is it honestly impossible? Maybe not, but with the amount of times that she said she doesn't want to come back, like, that's something that she's done with the amount of times that Punk has even said for her she's not interested in coming back, like, please let this woman, like, be a dog mom in peace. She's like, written books and stuff. Now, I don't know what she's doing now, but, like, in specifics, but she's just living her life how she wants to live it now, and I just feel like we should let her. Like, if anything, I would like to see her back for the Hall of Fame, but we don't need, like, how Trish Stratus, like, kind of does, like, a yearly comeback where she has, like, a couple matches and whatnot. We don't need that from AJ Lee. We don't. What AJ Lee did was perfect. It was great. It was fantastic for the time. What is happening with the fucking cats?
I don't even know.
And that's that. And I think that we should just kind of let her go and do her own thing now.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of pretty much hit it on the nail right on the head there. Of like, I'm glad she's doing her own thing. What a great career. Like, it was short. It was short but sweet.
Yeah, let me see what the cats are doing to make sure no one's dying.
But yeah, like, would I love for her to show up at the Rumble or make a return? Absolutely. I would love to see AJ Lee, like, one more time. Even if it's just, like, for a one-off. But if it happens, it happens. Great. I would love it. But if it doesn't happen, oh well. You know what I mean? Like,
if she ever does decide that she wants to, then yeah, of course. I don't feel like she should be fucking pressured into doing it, though.
Yeah.
And I think fans need to, like, respect her fucking decision. And if she changes her mind later on down the line, she's definitely allowed to.
do you have a favorite AJ Lee match?
When I was watching her stuff, I was really young.
Because I actually have a favorite one, and it's going to sound controversial, but just hear me out. It's her versus Paige.
Okay.
When Paige debuted on the main roster and beat her for the belt. Because this is before Paige turned into a fucking dumb bitch and dated Ronnie Racky and whatever. But it's a really good match because this, in my opinion, the Paige, and I will give Paige her flowers where credit is due as well. This match in particular is the start of the women's revolution.
Yeah, and honestly, like,
They were both of them. I think one of them was known as the anti-diva, but I think it was Paige that was known as the anti-diva, but both of them were anti-diva.
yeah, and honestly, like, at this time in Paige's career, I'll even just say Paige's entire WWE run, because I loved Paige growing up as well. I will give Paige her fucking flowers for her WWE career.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just everything she's doing now is the drizzling shits.
Because she's was dating Ronnie Racky.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if she might, like, try to be a better person now that they've broken up. Because I wonder, like, what all was going on.
I don't know, because AEW just released her brother, which is kind of funny.
So, yeah, so she's been gone because she, like, requested time off.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's all going on with that. I don't know if, like, maybe her and Ronnie broke up and she just wanted some time off to, like, exist as a person and not have to worry about anything. I think she just wrote a book. Like, she has a book that's on pre-order on Amazon. I don't know what she's doing.
I kind of want to read it.
I
would like to know a few things. Sound weird.
No, it seemed interesting. I think it's honestly just about, like, her struggle coming up into the wrestling scene.
Because, like,
and, like, her story.
I know this is, now we're switching the page, and this is going to sound weird, but, like, the porn stuff. I think she was, how can I word this and sound, like, respectful at the same time?
Well, say what you want to say, and I could probably fix it for you.
I think she probably wanted to do it, but I don't think she intended to do it, in the way that it was intended to be. You know what I mean? I think she was young and dumb is the best way to put it.
So you think it was something like...
She definitely... That's when I say I want to read this book because I want to know some things. I want to know... Because I've only, like, seen some interviews. I want to know... Because if it's a book, people always talk about this type of shit when they write a book. That's the whole point of writing the book. I want to know what was going on in her mind when she was in WWE, hanging out with those people.
So are you talking about the video that was released?
I'm talking about the video that was released all the way to her problems dating Alberto Del Rio.
Okay. So
because that was like a big stretch of problems for her.
Yeah, I think that the video ended up being released. I want to know, like, this sounds terrible, but I want to know, did she genuinely know that video was being taken?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, like...
So this is something that they planned.
Not to sound weird, but, like, I think everyone has at least seen a snippet of the video. There's literally... They're filming it, like, right in front of her. Like, the camera's right there.
Well, so... I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like... She was young, yeah, and maybe it was something...
She's still young. I'm gonna look her.
Well, yeah, but she was younger.
Yeah.
And maybe it was something that seemed like fun and a good idea, and like, you know, wrestlers always make stupid mistakes and whatnot like that. And I don't think that
She's 32 now.
I don't think women should be penalized for doing the same things that men fucking do because it's on video.
Yeah.
And that's why I mean, a lot of people are over that fucking comment against her and whatnot. But that's why I really don't like it, because how many fucking men superstars or wrestlers have been fucking man whores and cheated on their wives and ruined their fucking life because all they wanted to do was get some fucking pussy. Like, it's... But they're seen as legends, but because pages just happen to be filmed and taped and released, makes her fucking different. You know what I mean? Newsflash, asshole. Everyone in the fucking locker room that is... not even in a relationship. Everyone in that locker room has probably had sex before. Newsflash.
Well, yeah, CM Punk's fucking everyone.
Yeah, CM Punk's fucking everyone, apparently. So, yeah, like, that's a normal thing that fucking happens. Who fucking cares? Get the fuck over it.
These incels just don't know what sex is.
I do kind of want to know about the stuff with Alberto Del Rio and what happened with her.
Well, that was definitely like she was kind of like
fucked.
Like,
in that situation.
Yeah, she was forced.
Yeah.
Like, the only way out was for her to be like, I need to get out of here. It was her own doing, but understandably didn't do it because she was in a bad place.
Yeah.
It wasn't her fault.
I want to hear about her experiences with that type of stuff.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I mean?
that's what I mean of like, I want to read this book because I want to know some things. Like, I know that sounds really weird, like the way I worded it of like, oh, I want to know some things, but
no, because the whole book I'm pretty sure is about her struggles.
I want to know, like, this girl that seemed pretty cool at one point.
Yeah.
Why is she such a piece of shit now?
Yeah.
I guess is the best way to put it. What went wrong?
I wonder if there's even stuff written in that book about Ronnie.
Maybe probably not, because this just happened. It's fucking no.
I don't know.
Ronnie Racky's bitching about fucking...
We don't know how long ago they actually broke up.
That is true. Ronnie Racky is bitching about Spirit Box right now and Chris Motionless. If you are
Does he not stop complaining about Chris Motionless?
If you are a Motionless in White fan or a Spirit Box fan, Ronnie Racky fucking hates you.
Can you hate the entirety of Scranton, please?
And like, I don't like Spirit Box, but I love Spirit Box because fuck Ronnie Racky. Because Ronnie Racky is just being open about Spirit Box because they put out... I don't listen to Spirit Box, but I can tell you right now, it's definitely probably more than 100% better than Falling in Reverse's latest album. Guarantee you. If we were just putting those two up against each other, and I know this isn't talking music, but still. And because I think her name is Courtney, I think is the lead singer of Spirit Box, and I think that's her name. But she is very vocal about LGBTQ+. So there's Ronnie's op right there. Same thing with Motionless in White. Yeah.
So my biggest thing about Ronnie this is going on such a weird direction. We're supposed to be talking about AJ Lee. My biggest gripe with fucking Ronnie Radke is he always talks about how he's not homophobic and he's not transphobic, but he goes after every single person that even supports the LGBTQ community, let alone you're in it. Hoo-wee, that's a whole fucking problem. Like, I don't understand what, like, his genuine motive about it is.
Ronnie Radke is the Elon Musk of metalcore.
I'm just so confused as to what he's trying to accomplish, and I don't know if a lot of it's just trying to do rage bait or whatever to get people talking about him, but, like, it's just very confusing. Like, I think Ronnie Radke's stance on saying he supports the LGBTQ community, but then demonizing anybody who actually supports the LGBTQ community is more confusing than anything the LGBTQ community has ever done. A man becoming a woman and a woman becoming a man is not confusing.
All I'm going to say is the day that Ronnie Radke is no longer on planet Earth will be a beautiful, beautiful day. Anyway, AJ Lee.
I loved AJ Lee.
Me too.
Loved her growing up. Honestly, just fucking iconic. And whatever she's doing, I hope that she's giving Larry lots of pets right now. And Larry's giving her lots of face kisses right now. And maybe, because Punk wasn't on Raw tonight, I don't think he's... Oh, no, he's going to be on SmackDown, so he is overseas.
He's overseas. Well, yeah, and they're doing house shows, too, and he's wrestling on the house shows,
yeah,
too,
so I hope that she's, like, I don't know, at home, like, curled up by the fire, binge watching some stuff on Netflix or whatever with Larry, and feeding him doggy ice cream.
Didn't she, like, just release a book, or, like, was in a movie or something?
That's what I was just saying. I thought she
was just on, like, a red carpet for something, I swear. AJ Mendez. Because she met up with Caitlyn, a former WWE wrestler. I mean, this is from March 3rd. Oh, it's like a comic.
Oh, she made a comic?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a comic. It looks like.
That's so fucking
Day of the
cool.
Dead girl? Yeah. That's what it seems like.
She's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She is a New York Times bestselling author.
Yeah, that's insane. That she's a best-selling author.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, she's awesome.
Good for her.
Love her. But anyway, I think that pretty much wraps this up. I hope my iPad didn't fucking explode. What if that beeping was my iPad about to explode? So I forced my iPad to update today. So we're going to figure out if that actually did anything. Oh. But that closes us out for tonight. So thank you guys so much for listening, watching, however you want to call it. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Send this out to your friends, your neighbors, your family members, CM Punk, AJ Lee, and Larry. And yeah. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the same handle, which is Lungtar, LUNG_TAR. You can find me on Blue Sky at Lungtar, LUNG, either a single underscore or hyphen, TAR, and then TikTok at Lungbucks, LUNG, single underscore BUCKS. If you go on my Blue Sky or my Instagram or my Twitter, go show my Basil drawing some love, because I love Basil, and Amori's a really good game, and I'm very happy with the drawing, and it doesn't get a lot of traction because it's not wrestling stuff. So go give it a like, because, you know, it's cool. Dylan, where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram at DYL_line WEAVES_line, and at Twitter, same thing, no underscore lines, just one word. Go give love to pictures of my cats, and
Did you upload pictures of the cats?
Well, on my Instagram, yeah. There's Lita on top of the fridge.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
Or you can download my caw. on WWE 2K25, use the hashtag DannyValo, DANIVALO, hashtag KWA, hashtag DCW. I have 2 gears. I have my Cowboys from Hell gear, and then I also did my King of the 570 gear. So go download. Yeah. I'm probably gonna end up doing eventually. I know it's been a hot minute. Gonna try to, maybe not this week, maybe next week, try to upload way back Wednesday matches again, because it's been a while since I've done that. Mm-hmm. Got a few in the can that I want to do.
So yeah, maybe there might be 2 matches that pop up on DCW because I did send them to Eclipse because it's the 2 matches I had against IJB. It's the Falls Count Anywhere match and the submissions match. And he was like, "Do you care if I upload these?" I'm like, "I don't care." I was like, "They never seen the light of day, and I'm probably gonna upload them to my YouTube." So he might do something like fancy with it, knowing him. But I'm just gonna upload raw footage of those matches eventually. I don't know what matches I'm gonna do yet, but stay tuned for that.
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.